Go well, Mr Tillett. Minister, you said today that Australia no longer had the luxury of a 10-year window of strategic warning time for conflict. Sounds a bit scary. How much time do we have? And given that it seems to be well under 10 years, do you concede that having a greater missile capacity is a much more valuable strategic deterrent than the nuclear subs will be?
Well, again, I mean, both are deterrent is the answer to that question. But again, it's a really good question, but it goes to the heart of how we need to conceptualise our strategic challenge. I mean, really going back to the 2020 Defence Strategic Update, we had for the first time an assessment that we sit within the 10-year threat window. I mean, if anything else, what that must demand of us is urgency and focus. And both of those concepts are central to the Defence Strategic Review and now the National Defence Strategy, and have to inform the decisions that we make. You know, like, it really does mean that we have to be focused on making sure that we are dealing with our region and bringing to bear what resources we have for our region. We need, drilling into that a bit further, to be particularly focused, as we are, on bringing to bear newer capabilities which will enable us in a much less certain much less certain world in the future to be able to resist coercion and maintain our way of life. That is what we are trying to do with our Defence Force. And in that sense, having nuclear-powered submarines in the 2030s and beyond will be fundamentally important to that. I mean, I do think that they will be the single most important military platform that we bring to bear.
Minister, how long have we got? You said it's under 10 years.
Bringing to bear, though, deterrence is really important, and longer-range strike is part of this as well. And that's why, you know, I've articulated a whole range of longer-range missiles that we will bring to bear. I mean, the answer to your question is we need to be doing this as soon as we can. None of this happens overnight, but in preference to extending existing platforms today versus acquiring new platforms that we can have up and running in the next 10 years, we choose the latter. We choose the latter because it is that strategic problem that we are trying to solve.